What's going on, guys? Hustle Beast here, and today I'm going to be making a tier list of the NFL teams based on how I think they're going to do in the 2021 season. It is way too early for this. The draft literally just happened. I'm going to see how I think the teams are going to do. I'm just going to go left to right. They're in a random order, and before I start, I'm just going to say this is my opinion. I might be all wrong, it might be all right, but no hate. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments, but don't get mad just because I said your team was trash, alright? So we got 6 categories. We got elite, the best of the best, we got great, we got above average, we got solid, bad, and then trash. So first off, we got the Cleveland Browns. I think the Browns are going to have a great year. Honestly, they've got a really good team. They went pretty far last year, but they got stopped by the Chiefs, and I hope they do great because, I mean, the Browns have lost for so long, and it's about time they did well, so I'm happy for them. Next, we got the Tennessee Titans. Above average. They are just an above average team. They are the perfect example of what an above average team is. Nothing more, nothing less. Next up, we've got the Jacksonville Jaguars. Everyone is acting like Trevor Lawrence is the second coming of Jesus Christ and like he's going to transform this team. No, they're still going to be bad. They're not trash. They've patched up their defense a little bit with free agency. They have Trevor Lawrence now officially, but they're still going to be a bad team. Next up, the Detroit Lions. They're trash, guys. They have Jared Goff. That's basically it. So, yeah, the Lions are trash. We've got the Vikings. They're above average. The Vikings went 7-9 last year, and they're missing a lot of good players. So I think they're going to be an above average team. Just barely, though. Like, they're in between solid and above average, but I'm going to put them in above average for now. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they are an elite team, guys. They just won the Super Bowl. They finally have an offseason to get to work together. They have the same team as last year, and that is a pretty damn good team. Next up, we've got the 49ers. They're a solid team. I think they're going to keep Jimmy G. They just drafted, who did they just draft? They just drafted a quarterback. They drafted Trey Lance, but they have Jimmy G as well. So I'm going to say they're solid. I don't think they're going to do great, but they do have a new quarterback, so we'll see how that works out for them. The Falcons are bad, all right? It looks like they're going to lose Julio Jones. If they lose Julio Jones, the Falcons are kind of screwed. I kind of want to put them in trash, but I feel like they're going to get like maybe 5 or 6 wins too, along with the Jaguars. The Ravens, I'm going to say above average. The Ravens have Lamar Jackson. I think they're going to have an above average season. Not too bad. Better than San Francisco, but probably not as good as the Browns. So I'll put them in above average for now. We got the Chicago Bears. A week ago, I would have put them in bad or solid. I think the Bears are going to have an above average season. They have a new quarterback. They just drafted Justin Fields, 11th overall. So new quarterback. They have Andy Dalton too, who is not nearly as bad as people say he is. I think the Bears are going to have a good season. I could be totally wrong and look like an idiot, but as it looks right now, I think the Bears are going to do well. I'm torn. Okay, I'm going to say great. I'm going to say the Seahawks are a great team. I think they were 12-4 last year. They have Russell Wilson. I think the Seahawks, they're in such a hard division, but I think they're going to have a great year. Next up, we got the Bengals. The Bengals, they have Joe Burrow, who I think is kind of overrated, but I'll put him in solid for now. I might move them down, but I'm going to put them in solid for now just because I think they'll do better than they did last year, and last year they did bad. Oh, we got the Cowboys. No matter where I put the Cowboys, people are going to get mad at me. So they just re-signed Dak. I think they're trying to patch up their defense. I'm going to say above average, guys. If they do solid, they're going to do above average or solid. They're not going to do great because their defense is just not that good. But I'm going to put above average because they have a rock star offense. Houston Texans, and they are obviously trash. They have no one. The Texans are garbage. The Texans are garbage. The Colts have Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is back with Frank Reich, who is a great head coach. He was a great offensive coordinator to Carson Wentz. They're going to do solid. Wentz is not going to be as good as he used to be, in my opinion, but he's not going to be trash either, so I'm going to give him solid. The Dolphins. The Dolphins are a solid team. They got Tua Tagovailoa. He's okay. He's not too bad. I'll say solid. They had a good year last year, but they're not quite good enough to be above average, so I'll put them in solid. The Los Angeles Rams. These guys, they are an elite team. They got Matt Stafford. They got a good defense. The Rams are contenders for the Super Bowl this year, which worries me because the teams I like are in the NFC, and the Rams are also in the NFC, so we'll see how they do. But the Rams are going to have a good year. So the Chargers are going to be above average this year. They got Justin Herbert. They have a decent head coach now, and hopefully I would like to see the Chargers win a Super Bowl. Might not be this year. Hopefully it's in the future. but the Chargers are going to do well. Oh, man. The New England Patriots. I'm going to do it. I'm going to say great. They just drafted Mac Jones, and Bill Belichick is a wizard when it comes to new quarterbacks. The Patriots are going to have a great year. I could be totally wrong on this, but I think the Patriots, if you underestimate the Patriots, you're going to be in for a rude awakening later because they made a ton of moves in free agency. They have a new quarterback. I mean, they could potentially go to the Super Bowl. I don't think that will happen, but there's always a chance. The Chiefs, obviously, the Chiefs are an elite football team. As much as I hate to admit it, they're just really good. Oh, here we go. New Orleans Saints. They don't have Drew Brees anymore. And their quarterbacks now are Winston and Taysom Hill. I'm going to say solid. I'm going to do it. I think the Saints are not going to be good this year. I think the Saints are not going to be good this year. They're not going to suck, but they're going to be like, I'm going to say like 9-8 or like 10-7. I mean, with all these, I mean, I could be totally wrong and they could have an insane year or they could be really bad, but I'm going to say solid. The Giants are a bad team. Their fans think that they're like really good. The Giants are not that good. Buffalo Bills. So they're at least a great, I'm going to say elite. Josh Allen's good. They got some good receivers. I think the Bills are going to be a serious threat in the AFC this year because they have a pretty good roster and they did really well last year. And I think they're going to be looking to avenge their defeat to Kansas City in the playoffs. I hate the Eagles, but they're trash. They are screwed. The Eagles are done. Next up, we got the Steelers. They're still rolling with Big Ben. They got Juju back. Okay, I'm putting them in above average. I could change these last three during this video, but I'm going to put them there for now and see how it stacks up at the end. Oh, this is a tough one. You know what? Okay, I'm going to do Packers first. If the Packers lose Aaron Rodgers, I think the Packers are not going to have Aaron Rodgers next year. So, they're going to be an above average team. If Aaron Rodgers is not on the Packers, they're above average. If Aaron Rodgers is on the Packers, they're great or elite. And if the Broncos get Aaron Rodgers, they're going to be a solid team to play against. With Aaron Rodgers, the Broncos are going to do well, but I don't think he's going to make a huge difference. They were 5-11 last year, guys. It takes a lot to make a team go from 5-11 to going to the playoffs. Carolina Panthers, solid. They've got Sam Darnold. They're almost certainly going to do better than they did last year. They were 5-11 last year. I'm thinking like 7-10 this year because it's 17 games. The Raiders are solid. The Raiders are just solid. That's it. This is still the Redskins logo. I'm just gonna put them in solid too. I mean, they're good. They could be better in the next few years, but for this year, I feel like they're just gonna be a solid team. And like solid is not bad. Like solid is so much better than bad and trash. I mean, you can still have a winning season and be in the solid category. Just clarifying that. Arizona Cardinals, they're above average. J.J. Watt now. They have Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is a stud. Kyler Murray is a great quarterback. New York Jets, they're going to be bad. They just got Zach Wilson in the draft. They're not going to be trash, but they're not going to be good. You know, a new quarterback doesn't change a whole lot. A quarterback is a good start, but you need 10 other players just on offense to make the team better, unless you're Tom Brady and then everyone's just insane. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. We'll see at the end of the season how accurate this was. I feel like some of these might be changed. I mean, like maybe Broncos and Steelers flip-flop, depending on the whole Aaron Rodgers situation. But we will see. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.